Alright, welcome to our Borussia Dortmund Career Mode. So yes, we're going to be doing a Borussia Dortmund mini-series. Now, we just finished our Newcastle series Season 1. We're not abandoning that. So what we're going to do is in between Season 1 and Season 2 of our Newcastle save, we're going to do a small mini-series with Borussia Dortmund. So this series isn't going to be completely normal. It's going to be a lot shorter. Probably like 6 episodes-ish. And then after we finish the series, we'll go straight back into Newcastle Season 2. You know, I just wanted something to fill that gap between Season 1 and Season 2. And Dortmund is a very, very fun team to use in FIFA. So I think this is perfect as a little break from Newcastle. So yeah, this series is going to be a lot shorter than normal, and it's only going to be one season, for sure, one season. So in this season, we're going to try to win as much as possible. DFB Pokal, Champions League, Bundesliga, everything. So we're playing on Ultimate with the same sliders that we were using in the Newcastle save, sliders that make the game a lot harder. So yeah, I think this is going to be a challenge, but this team is very, very good, and we have 80 million-ish in our transfer budget to try and improve it. Now, I need your guys' transfer suggestions. So straight off the bat, this team is really good, but I do think we need a new starting center back, maybe a new right back, probably for sure a new right back, a new backup striker, and some wingers, I think, because we literally have no wingers that are good enough on the bench or in the reserves. And then Rainier is our only backup striker. So we need a new backup striker as well. Akanji and Zagadou are pretty good. If we were doing like a more than one season, I would probably just keep them playing center back. But because this is only one season, I want a really, really good center back to pair alongside Hummels. And then we can even try to improve the goalkeeper position as well. Berkey's not bad at 84, but we could do better than that if we have the money. And then there's other things like, should we sell Jadon Sancho in this series to make it a bit more interesting? He would get us a lot of money. So that is another thing to think about. So straight off the bat, I need you guys' transfer targets. Who do you think we should sign for this Dortmund team? Usually I would say try to keep it realistic, but since this is only one season, I think we're going to be a little bit more lenient on that. So make sure to leave that in the comments down below. Also, drop a like on this video if you guys are excited for this little Dortmund mini series. So our goal is really quick. Youth Academy, we're not going to really pay too much attention to that. Get 7 clean sheets. That is probably doable. They want us to win the league title, win the cup, and reach the final of the Champions League. So we want to win everything. So that pretty much aligns with our goals as well. So this is the transfer shortlist that I've made. Most of these players have been linked with Dortmund in real life, except for Kepa. I think he's the only one I added. Although I don't think we'd sign him. I just wanted to see his rating, really. But a player that we probably might sign is Neuhaus. I don't even know how to say that, but he has been linked with Dortmund in real life. He's a midfielder, so it's not our most needed position, but he would be very good in our midfield alongside Royce and Witsel. Koulibaly was linked with Dortmund, young winger with some good potential. Memphis Depay was linked as well, and then Malen was linked, and then Leon Bailey and Diaby were actually players that I added myself. So I'm not sure if we're gonna make a transfer in this episode. I really want you guys' feedback on who we should sign, but these players are going to get scouted, and then we can maybe take a look at them after we get scouting reports back. So I've put development plans on basically everyone so that we get the most growth out of this team. And then there's some players that we can maybe sell, like Schmelzer, Piszczek, even though they're kind of like they're club legends. I feel like for this series we might just need that little bit extra money. I think Dahoud was linked with maybe leaving as well, so we're going to put him on the transfer list. I'm not sure if we'd sell him or not, but he would bring in about 16 million. So, and then Jadon Sancho, he is worth 120 million. We would probably get him or sell him for like 140 million, maybe more. So that would give us a lot of money to work with, or we keep him for the season. I really want to see what you guys think about that in the comments. And then as you can see, our wingers and our striker department is very, very thin. I mean, Haaland's probably going to be the main guy of this series, but I feel like he does need a backup. So this team looks like it has a lot of potential. Just needs a few more extra pieces. All right, so immediately we get an offer for Dahoud from Newcastle United in exchange for Joelinton. How is that the first transfer we get, the team we were just using? We're going to reject that, but I do think I might sell Dahoud just for that extra money. All right, so Schmelzer has been sold for 2 million, and then we have an offer for Dahoud from Wolfsburg. So we're going to try and get a little bit more for Dahoud. My manager looks like a damn Viking. Let's try, assistant manager said 21, so let's try 21.5. All right, and they accept that. I probably could have got more. I am gonna scream, but 21 million, it's still 5 million over his evaluation, so not all bad. That'll help us in terms of our budget. And then Piszczek was sold as well, which kind of hurts. He is a club legend, but he wasn't gonna get any playing time, so that's 3.4 million added to our budget. And then Dahoud is sold. That is 17.5 added to our budget, so now we have about 104 million million. All right, that is looking a bit better. A bit better. All right, so I added a bunch of center backs on our short list, but scouting reports are back and I'm going to get rid of some of them. Like Sanchez, not really good enough. Stones and Zuma, I mean, I'm not crazy about him. Brooks, I thought he was higher rated. Klosterman, still 80, still not really what I'm looking for. Jonathan Toss, 78. Jimenez is 84. That is more so what I'm looking for in terms of overall rating, but he would be very, very expensive. Militao, still 80. Savage, 83 and 41 million. I mean, he doesn't look that bad. Could be a cheaper option for a higher overall. Varane would be the same like Jimenez, very expensive. I mean, they're pretty much the same price and Varane is much better, I think. But I think a transfer like that is most of our money. I'm going to wait for the next episode to get your guys' feedback first because I don't want to spend all of our money in this episode. So Marlon would be 45 to 62 million. It's not terrible. Leon Bailey, 55. Diaby, 66. Koulibaly would be 4 to 6 million. Pretty cheap, but he is only 69 rated. I mean, he's not super quick, but he has good ball control, good dribbling. Could be a pretty cheap option, even though he's not really as good as what we're looking for. All right, we're going to hold off on that just for a little bit. All right, so I've added a few more players. Guedes from Valencia, decent wide player. Alexander Isak, 41 to 56 million. Would be a good backup for Haaland. Isak and Haaland as our strikers would be crazy, but he would be pretty expensive for a backup striker. Timothy could be a very cheap option as a backup. Vinicius from Real Madrid would be about 60 million though. Oyarzabal would be 85 million, and then Asensio would be about 52. So yeah, a lot of these players, they're very expensive, and I really want your guys' feedback before we sign someone. So for this first episode, I think we're not gonna make any signings because any of these players would be a big chunk of our budget, and I just want your guys' feedback before we spend a good portion of this money. So once again, make sure to leave your transfer suggestions in the comments down below because that will dictate how we use our money. All right, Ajax are interested in Thomas Delaney for 30 million. So Axel Witsel is going to be our starting CDM. I mean, Delaney is pretty much our only other defensive midfielder. I mean, Emre Can is still pretty decent at CDM though, 84 defending. So in theory, we could sell Delaney and then Emre Can would be the backup CDM, and we can maybe buy a new midfielder to pair alongside Royce in the midfield. So I'm going to reject that for now, but that could be an option, us selling Delaney, because he would bring in about probably 35 to 40 million. So that is an option. It's an option. All right, we'll take a look at the youth academy just for fun. Takeover, that is an interesting name. I like that name, and he's 74 to 94 potential, but only 59 rated. All right, this youth academy is not very good other than Takeover. That is a cool name though. All right, so PSG come in for Zagadou. This is another interesting one because if we sign a new center back, Akanji or Zagadou are expendable, and he would bring in about probably 50 million. I think it's just too big of a decision. I need you guys' feedback on that. We could sell Akanji or Zagadou to bring us money to sign a new center back or right back, because if we sign someone, they would basically, one of them would go to the reserves anyways. So that's another thing to think about. There are a lot of things to think about in this first episode. All right, so it's time for the first game of the season, Super Cup against Bayern Munich. So I think we're gonna play this Super Cup against Bayern, and then we'll decide maybe if we should play the first Bundesliga game in this episode. The only thing I'm worried about is if you guys give transfer suggestions, there won't be that much time to scout players. So we'll decide after this Bayern game. But this is a very big test for our first game with Dortmund. So before this game, I'll show you the sliders that we play on. We play on Ultimate, Competitor Mode on. Seems like that has made the CPU play better in our Newcastle series, so we're gonna carry that over into this series. But these settings can always change. So these are our sliders: shot speed, pass speed, 49, 45. Injury frequency is up, so we get a little bit more injuries, make it more realistic. Markings on 70, run frequency on 35, height, length, and width is a little bit adjusted. Fullbacks on 10, and then control error is on 55. CPU, they're on 55, sprint and acceleration, 5 shot error, 3 pass error. Same speeds as us, same injury frequency. Their goalkeeper ability is on 83, marking is on 80, and then frequency, height, 35, 50, length 5, width 48, 10, fullback positioning, and then 25 first touch control error. So the main ones for the CPU that are changed is first touch. It makes them a lot better on the ball. Sometimes it's a bit OP, but that's how we have to make this game harder. Obviously goalkeeper ability on 83 makes their keeper a lot better. And then pass error, shot error. This is the lowest in any FIFA I've ever had to put it. Shows how broken this game is in terms of like difficulty. And then sprint speed, acceleration, just to make them a little faster, play a little better, I guess. But yeah, these can always change. We're always tweaking things to try and make it as difficult as possible possible, but also being not just completely ridiculous. So in terms of our formation, this is Dortmund's default formation in FIFA, and I think we're going to run with it for the first game. So Witsel playing CDM, Emre Can playing like the box-to-box, and then Royce in a little bit more forward cam spot, Jadon Sancho on the left, and then Thorgan Hazard on the right. I was thinking maybe Brandt on the right too, but I do think Thorgan Hazard is a bit more of a winger, wide player than Brandt, so we're going to start with Hazard out wide. If you guys think we should keep this formation, try a new one, make sure to leave that in the comments down below as well. And then for tactics, we're just balanced, middle, width, and depth. And we're going to try possession offensive style. Usually I play on balance, but we're going to try possession. And then instructions, Haaland's and getting behind. Axel Witsel's on stay back. Hazard and Sancho are on free roam. Also Can and Witsel are on aggressive interceptions. And then all my back line is pretty much just the same default. So that is what we're running with for the first game against Bayern Munich. It's probably going to be a tough game. So I feel like we're still going to make some huge improvements to this team. So this game isn't really, it's not going to show our true potential because I feel like we're still going to make some big signings, but it's still going to be a pretty big test. So first game of our Dortmund mini series against our main rivals, Bayern Munich. Let's see what we can do in our first game. All right, Super Cup at the fake Bayern Munich stadium that is in PES and not FIFA. We're still going to do a PES series eventually. Just setting that up is a lot more difficult with mods and stuff, but I do plan to do a PES Master League at some point. But this is a very big test. First time using our new team. Let's see what we can do against a very, very good Dortmund side. On these sliders, I don't know how this is going to go playing Dortmund. Very curious because we did our Newcastle save. I mean, even with these sliders, the CPU is pretty like inconsistent in how they play. Sometimes they play very good, sometimes they're terrible. But I don't think we've quite faced a team as good as Bayern Munich, so we will see. All right, Moinier into Thorgan Hazard. Sancho, I want this attack to be fluid, like players to be moving into other positions. Into Haaland, goes for a shot, can't get the shot away. All right, throw that into Hazard, into Haaland, trying to find Emre Can, and what a start to this series. 11 minutes in, already scoring. This could not be a better start. Probably the most unlikely person to score though. We have Jadon Sancho, Haaland, Royce, and the first one to score in this series is Emre Can. Now, we did a Dortmund series in FIFA 20, and from what I remember, Emre Can has an ability to score though. And I remember the best players of that series being Marco Reus. Haaland got pretty good towards the end. But in this game, FIFA 21, his overall is much higher, so that is a good start. That has me very excited for the series. Royce into Haaland. That is beautiful. We are just passing around Bayern Munich right now. Try and cross that into Royce. That is going to be cleared and back to Bayern Munich. All right, to be honest, Bayern Munich are just crapping the bed right now. We are just dancing all around them. But I mean, that could change. I feel like FIFA is all about momentum. That could change pretty quick. That's a decent ball into Lewandowski. Probably the most dangerous striker in the world. Definitely top 3. And then Bayern just signed Upamecano for next season. They are going to be just even better. It's so crazy. Oh, Thomas Müller. That is a good pass. All right, they're starting to wake up a bit. They're starting to wake up a little bit. Goretzka into Lewandowski. Witsel into Kimmich. Gets around me. Could have gone for the shot, but instead, they pretty much waste that chance, but Leroy Sané gets on it in the end. All right, Gnabry. Good block by Hummels into Goretzka. This is a very, very long attack from Bayern Munich. The longer they attack, the more likely they are to score. Hummels makes a good steal. Now, can we counter off this? We have so many good attacking players. Jadon Sancho into Royce. Oh, I just wasted that. I just ruined that. I ruined that. And that is going to be the first half. All right, 1-0 up. We haven't done that much since scoring, but we're 1-0 up. So we'll see if we can hold this lead in the second half. I must say, though, I like this formation, actually. I thought this formation would be kind of weird, but it actually feels pretty good in game. I love having a CDM who is basically his main role is to just stay back. It helps our defense a lot, especially in FIFA 21. You kind of need at least one CDM whose only role is to just defend. All right, I'm talking about defending, and now it looks like we're about to concede. Good block. All right, Gnabry coming down this wing. They still have not had a shot on target in this game. They've had a lot more possession, though, since we scored. Man, our defense has been so strong in this game. It's really kind of making me rethink if we need a new center back, really. We're going to play that to Jadon Sancho. Cannot beat Hernandez. All right, Lewandowski into Thomas Müller. This could be bad. This could be very bad. I thought Lewandowski was going to shoot, but no, he passed it back to Mueller and he puts it in. All right, that was my fault. I completely left him to go guard or to go mark Lewandowski, and that is why they scored. But this game is tied up. They have been probably the better team since we scored. All right, so 75th minute, this game's tied up. All right, so we had that very promising start scoring that early, but it has gone downhill pretty much since then. And Bayern Munich are coming right back. Thomas Mueller scored the first goal. Somehow he gets by man defense and he puts it in. All right, just back-to-back horrible defending situations from me, and Bayern Munich take the lead. Like the dribbling, that little skill move completely just got me to go the other way. All right, so we have 9 minutes. Brandt is on for Hazard. Jules is on for Guerrero, and then Bellingham is on for Chan. 9 minutes to try and get an equalizer. That's maybe like 2 chances if we can create them pretty quickly. Brandt into Royce. Give that to Haaland. Now their defense is just going to try to absorb everything. Royce into Haaland. Get it past. I took an extra touch. That would have been the goal. Oh, he took 1 extra touch. That completely ruined that momentum. That might be our only chance. That might be our only chance. Only 1 minute left. All they have to do is just hold this ball, and that's gonna be a foul. Yeah, we're gonna lose this game. We are gonna lose. That's full time. That feels so undeserved. It's just 2 defensive mistakes by me, and that is why they won that game. Started off so good. Bayern Munich win the Super Cup. Not the greatest start, but I mean, we're gonna make some big improvements to this team, and I think that'll help us this season in terms of like trying to dethrone Bayern Munich. So they get this one, but I think we will get our revenge this season. That is what I think. All right, so August 10th, I think we might leave it here in this episode. I would play the first game, but I don't want to lose that time to scout players that you guys might suggest. So with that in mind, I think we're going to end this first episode here. It might be a bit short, but it's because I want your guys' feedback and I want to put your guys' feedback into action. So from that game, I think a right back would be pretty good. I think almost a right back is more important than a center back at this point, but both would be probably ideal. So center back, right back, possibly a new midfielder, but more importantly, a backup striker and backup wingers. That is more important. Even though Reina could play out wide and he will play out wide, I feel like we need just a few more wide players or wingers. Like Reina and Bellingham can both play out wide, but they're not really like goal scorers. They're more like playmakers. So I feel like we need some more goal scorers on the bench basically. Because look at the bench. If we needed a goal late in the game off the bench like a super sub, who would it be? It'd be Rainier probably. We need a much better goal scorer on the bench than that. So big decisions that I need you guys to comment on. Should we sell Jadon Sancho? Should we sell Delaney? Should we sell Zagadou or Akanji and buy a new center back to replace them basically? So I need you guys' feedback in the comments, and then also your guys' transfer suggestions. Obviously I need everything. I need all that, all your suggestions in the comments down below. So once again, 113 million to work with. Could be a lot more if we sell some more players. That's still a decent amount. We could do a lot with that, improving this team. So we didn't get too far in this episode, but in this series, like I said, it's gonna go very quick. It's a mini series. So like in the next episode, I'm probably hoping to like maybe finish September, maybe be like mid-October. Like we're gonna get through the season really, really quick. So like we'll probably play Borussia Mönchengladbach here. We will probably then play, looks like Lazio maybe in the Champions League, and then maybe play Bayer Leverkusen to end the next episode. So we're gonna be simming a decent amount of games, but I think that is it for this first episode of our Dortmund mini series. I'm very excited for this. I really like using Dortmund in FIFA. They're such a fun team to use with all these young players. I think this would be a great little break from the Newcastle series, and then once we finish the series, we'll go straight back into Newcastle season 2. And I'm also not abandoning the My Player as well. We're still going to be doing the My Player. It just might come out a lot slower. We're going to focus on like the career modes, the manager modes, more than the My Player. But I mean, we'll see. That is the plan for now. Things could change, so we'll see. So once again, thank you guys for watching this first episode of our Dortmund series. If you enjoyed, if you're excited, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you all have a great day.